Dimension 119, a dimension where anything can happen. Prepare for the strange and unexpected. Enjoy today's episode.
What's going on, everybody? It is Nathan with Dimension 119. We're back at it again for more Curse of Strahd. This is episode 25, Say Flesh to the Dress. I am going to go ahead and issue a couple of warnings. One being that I am streaming over Wi-Fi, which you're not supposed to do. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully nothing crashes. If the stream gets too bad, where it's kind of unwatchable and things like that, I am recording locally, so you'll be able to catch the VOD on YouTube not long after we stream. Other than that, I'm just going to kind of rely on my players and viewers and things like that to kind of help me watch, because I've only got one monitor at the time because I'm streaming from off-site. So there's that. Who's doing the recap? Apparently he's not here. Go for it.
Are you guys still able to hear me? Okay. Adjusted some settings and it seems to not be going crazy. But y'all's is not coming through for some reason. Yeah, y'all's sound's not working for some reason. Give me a second.
Talk about full-blown AIDS. Straight up Freddie Mercury in this Discord right now.
There we go.
Okay.
Now they can hear you.
So,
this is what happens when you have to stream off site and change all your settings. So be prepared for next week for the same
tell
thing
your
to happen.
wife to not get COVID so you can go home.
I tried.
Tell your wife to go outside.
Yeah, the common cold is really a sin.
So,
so-
now that Tyler has heard Ray do a recap, I think Tyler can repeat the recap.
Oh, okay.
Just repeat it word for word.
Yeah, no. But I can give a recap. It's not going to be as informative, but I'll give a recap.
Did not mean to do that.
Yeah, you totally did.
Just shutting Nate down in the chat already.
So, should I go ahead?
Yeah, go for it.
So there we were, in the middle of a cave, taking care of these werewolves like we've been. We had that conversation with the lady werewolf over there, and she had informed us that the leader of the pack and the rest of his little burnt dogs, or soon-to-be burnt dogs, were on their way back. The party came up with a strategy. Soul went for a swim for like the first 30 minutes or so. She saw a fish. She had to go take care of the fish. She was really distracted. So the battle starts as they come in. Shortly thereafter, Rajin decides to, big bad wolf it and challenges the leader of these werewolves to a one-on-one, where the leader was absolutely decimated and made into a child.
He cheated.
Now,
He did not cheat.
He used magical bullshit.
This is my recap, not the DM's recap. So the leader of the werewolves got manhandled, and when he got manhandled, Rajin saw his opportunity, used his breath attack, damaging and killing some of the followers. Where he was called a cheater, but it's really just a sore loser, is what he was. So the rest of the enemies are taken care of. The rest of the werewolves and wolves are beaten, where the party then returns up to the lady by the kids in cages, which Soul still stands by the fact they should all be dead. And Rajin tries to recruit them, saying, like, I'm the leader of the pack. I killed your leader. Where they deny him because he's not a werewolf. He's just #wannabe. So because of that, the werewolves decided not to join us, which is not the worst thing. The rogue of the party, he went off, did some stealthy stealth stuff, found the gem we were looking for buried up behind the little skin curtain, which I wasn't going to be a part of. Grabs that, takes care of the situation, pockets it, rejoins the party, where it's returned to the proper owners, whose names I don't remember. At the same time that's happening, Iris goes and wants to talk to a little girl, or little boy, one or the other. Goes and talks to him. Sees a little beat up doll. The little beat up doll is in an image of Ragnar, which was apparently gifted to this child years ago, which was kind of puzzling. Afterwards, Iris gets a little greedy, and she steals some treasure from the night goddess. Once she steals this treasure, she's cursed. Party doesn't know it, though. But she starts acting real gloomy and depressing, like kind of like black eyeliner, long black hair, My Chemical Romance-y. Afterwards, during the night, Soul kind of picked up on this, stayed the night with her, noticed she was having a very restless night with some night terrors. She informs the party. party keeps an eye on her, comes to realize she's been cursed. So, curse is removed. Yes, very kinky. Curse was removed, though she did not get a good night's rest compared to everybody else. The party had discussed a few things on what their options were for the day, whether it's to go get the dress or the other choices that we had, which I can't recall. And roughly that's about it.
Could not say it better myself.
Thanks.
Yay! So, what's the plan? Are you chilling for a day and then going, or what?
Well, I'm putting down my point of inspiration is what I'm doing.
No, it goes to Ray. You wouldn't have remembered if it wasn't for Ray.
Ooh.
You know
So
what? I will take that.
I'll remember that when you're like, Tyler, do it. And I'm gonna be like,
Well, you have to start. You have to do it. You can't
man, I just did
lean
it.
on somebody else.
I didn't lean on nobody. Where's the recording?
It'll be on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Oh
You're right.
yeah, they're just gonna have 2 recaps and they're not gonna know why.
Yeah, they can just take a vote which one was preferred, and then they can judge who gets the inspiration point.
You know what? I'm fine with that competition. But if we're putting down things that are not inspiration, I vote that we wait for a little bit and then go to get the dress.
At least let's let the Claire get a short rest, or did we do that the last time? If she can get a little bit back since she was up all night.
Yeah, I got a short rest, but lacking spells, so definitely have to go get have to have a rest before we do anything crazy.
Well, you're just getting a dress. It shouldn't be crazy.
Says the DM.
Says the man we do not trust.
What? I didn't say a thing.
There it is. Because you don't trust him either.
I've been completely above board with you, but you guys are just suspicious.
I am gonna spend some time with Larenthar while we're waiting for time to pass. Since he wants to be alone, that's the best thing to do.
The fucking buddy system.
Oh,
no, really is. He'll get lost.
Hugs for everyone.
I'll hang out with the little kobold since he's never gonna let me out of the sight. I'm gonna play a very one-sided game of hide and seek.
As you're waiting through the day to until tomorrow to set out on another adventure, you just hang out around the winery, in the bedrooms upstairs, down in the bottom. The family might ask you for menial tasks here and there, but nothing too serious. I assume Iris is drinking her woes away because they're starting to make their ales again. And
wait, because I'm a dwarf, you just think I'm an alcoholic?
Huh? Kind of are, aren't you? You're not.
I don't think that's been established yet.
You're not your brothers.
I'm a cleric, I'll have you know. I'm of the cloth.
Sure. But yeah, Damien, let me interrupt
the DM one more time, and say thank you to Table Knights for hosting the channel right now. So that's much appreciated.
But
I won't interrupt again.
No, all good. But the head Mardukov, head of the family, would eventually come out of his study, like bewildered and asking, like astonished and with surprise on his face. What? You didn't even tell me that you found the second gem. It was just lying on the desk. Where did you find it?
Oh my god, how'd that get there? It's a Christmas miracle.
I'm gonna cross my arms and look at Larenthar.
I'm gonna look over at Orden. See, I told you we should check with him before we went searching that cave.
Okay, Larenthar, how long have you had that? Did you have it when we went to the werewolf cave or after?
Oh, man, what? I don't even know what you're talking about. I mean, it must have been just in there all the time.
I'm gonna take that as he got it just now.
What? Why are you looking at? Why are you blaming me for this? I mean,
It's
could have
not.
been.
It's a good blame to have.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm being accused of something here, of being underhanded. I don't know why.
It's not underhanded if you're doing something nice. Is that just why you do things like that? Because you don't want people to think that you're nice?
Am I nice? I never even thought about it.
You're definitely some kind of good.
Oh, that's good and evil, though. That's really subjective. I mean, after all, I am a wanted criminal. I think. Maybe.
Davian would chime in. It doesn't matter where or when you found it. All that matters is that we can get back into making the red dragon crush. All that's left to bring the winery to back to its former glory is the final gem, which you said you think is you know where it would be. So, so hopefully soon, um, the family's pride and glory will be restored.
I'm just gonna go over to Larenthar. You know, we've been really killing it with all this, like, saving, like, getting that gem back and stopping the werewolves and stopping that tree. Do you think we could take on Baba Lysaga soon?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it depends. I guess. Probably. Want to go now?
Iris, how are you feeling?
I think she's. I
Feeling
think she went
dead.
to sleep.
There we go.
I think she went to sleep.
I'm definitely need some rest before we take on anything, dearie. Not we can go get the dress before I rest if it was ready, but I definitely need some rest before we fight anything.
That seems fair. Hey, Soul, do you think you could take on a hag and a moving house?
Soul is going to be kind of balancing that little dagger on her finger that she took, and she's gonna like look over at you and be like, yeah. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Sure, why not? You know what? I bet I could learn from this old hag. What's her name again?
Baba Lysaga is what she said her name was. She said she was the mother of Strahd, and of course you met him.
Marc would be a little weary, would look at you a little weary and be like, that's where two of the party previously died, right? Are you confident that you can go back and succeed where you got decimated prior?
Well, we're not making this decision lightly.
Soul would stand up and be like, you got decimated there. I was never there.
Well, actually, it was because somebody went off on their own and got squished before we could get to them. I was actually out scouting the place out, and somebody went and started poking around, and then the next thing I knew, I mean, we were running away.
Can we not argue about what happened to me, brother? Can we just decide if we're gonna go there now? If we're gonna rest? If we're gonna get the dress first?
I think Iris is right. We should probably get the dress first. I want to make sure that Ragnar's okay in case anything happens to us.
Meanwhile, Soul is running laps.
Yeah,
Davian
he's prepping for the
Davian
fight.
would let you guys know that you're more than welcome to rest here as long as you need, and get back whatever strength you need before you leave.
I'll give Davian a big hug and thank him for all the hospitality he's given to us.
Mm-hmm.
Iris is just kind of, she's like got the short rest definitely helped, but she still kind of looks a lot more tired than she normally is. So she's just kind of like hanging off in the background, with what everybody's doing, occasionally hopping in the conversation. But she's a bit quieter than she normally is right now.
Where did Soul go?
I deleted her.
Oh, she's over on the horse now.
I deleted her and then brought her back.
He took away my privilege.
So are we going to wait here for a day and a half?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. You guys okay with that?
How long will it take us to get back to Valaki for the dress?
Let me check the map. It's only about 7-8 miles to Valaki. It's a few hours
We could
of unimpeded travel.
we could wait here, or we could spend the night here and then head to Valaki tomorrow, and then spend the night in Valaki tomorrow night. So we're already there to pick up the dress.
And we can look into that Blinksy.
That'd give us at least a day to look into that.
Well, you think you can? I don't know. You think you could be there that long? I mean, after all, you're the only Dragonborn I've seen here, and you're kind of wanted there.
Well, first of all, we got the hat of disguise. Second, I'm not really sure if it's a good idea because I'm kind of low on money to spend the night.
I don't want to be metagame, but Iris is rich.
Oh yeah. Iris, are you gonna pipe in and be like, "Hey, I got money"?
I mean, technically, Orden knows Iris has a ton of money, but she's not gonna push the idea of going there unless y'all are okay with it. If you brought up the idea of being wanted and Larenthar, said that you were a Dragonborn, kind of noticeable and all that, she won't really push the idea. It's kind of like,
Well,
if we can find a way around all that, then she's okay with it. But obviously,
we got the hat of disguise. Remember, that's how we got in the first place.
Yeah, but it's a good point to.
Wait.
Larenthar makes a good point though. With the hat of disguise can only disguise one of you, and if we're gonna be there an entire day.
Yeah, but Larenthar last time just put on like a cosplay and he was fine.
I mean, Iris wants to go ask at the toy shop either way. So, at some point, she wants to either do that, like before we get the dress, or do that maybe while y'all get the dress or something like that. So.
Okay, how about this? Why don't we go to Valaki the day it's going to be ready? And then you can go and check out the toy shop. I'll point you in the right direction. And me, Larenthar, and Soul can go get the dress. Or maybe Soul can go with you while you go to the toy shop.
I thought we killed all those dang werewolves.
Those sounded like rats. Were rats.
Oh, did you hear my animals?
Yup.
Sorry, Remy is a nightmare.
All right, so we're gonna do a drinking and feasting montage, and maybe like a fitness montage here at the winery for 2 days.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Long as they only listen to Panama on repeat.
Will the DM allow that?
Do Panama. Oh. Get
Yes.
Nathan DMCA'd.
He doesn't need the money. It's fine.
We only get 2, so why not get them out of the way in the beginning?
or we can play just a Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, but just play the ending part.
So
I think
you're gonna wait two more nights here, or are you gonna stay one night and then one night in Valaki?
No, let's just stay 2 nights
What about
here.
them? Yeah, what about our the dead people we're trying to res? Don't we only have a certain amount of days for that, or did we
You
already
got-
just think?
Well, we got enough time to get the
4?
dress and everything in, because
Yeah.
that's the whole point, is waiting for the
Yeah.
dress.
You had time. I think you have
Soul needs one to pay
you
more
have
attention.
2 days, I believe, after picking up the dress.
Yeah.
Need the overpriced dress.
Hey man, you've never worn a wedding dress.
Never will.
So
Never
you think
say never,
Tyler?
man.
Oof.
The 2 Nathans will get you in that dress.
Time jump us, Derek.
All right, it's 2 days later.
Wow, it's 2 days later.
Man, that's Strahd magic though.
We sure got a lot accomplished in that 2 days.
Oh my god, I
Oh,
can't
I
believe
did.
you did all that stuff.
Oh, that's ominous, Derek. Don't say that.
Hey, I mean, if you want to make the argument, we leveled up in 2 days.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true.
Workout montage.
So whenever Orton comes downstairs, you guys would notice that his scales seem a little brighter, and he kind of looks like maybe if you threw like a pail of water at him, he may not fall over this time.
Sure. We'll put that to the test.
Aren't you looking a bit chipperer than usual?
I don't know. I think it's just the fact that we've been doing so well lately. It kind of just, I don't know. After the hand we've been dealt, doing that good just feels good. Feels like everything's going to be possible and everything's going to be a little better from here on out.
Not to be the cynic, Dieter, but do you remember passing out in the last fight?
I mean, I was kind of hoping you'd forget.
I'm a dwarf. We rarely forget.
Marc would pipe in. Yeah, the drag or our dragonborn friend here kind of takes the brunt of the damage for us, but we all do fine. He just gets knocked out every now and then.
See, as long as you guys are fine, that's what matters. And I get back up.
Until you don't.
Well, we're not going to talk about what happens when I don't.
You would have been still in the ground if Larenthar didn't drag your ass out of the swamp.
Let's not talk too much about people dying on this day. The goal for this day is to get some people back. I think we should get on that.
Are Sol and Larenthar around?
What was that, Tyler? Yeah, you kind of sounded like a robot. Bye.
I think that's a no.
My robot.
No, you're good.
Wonderful. Soul would have got a very late start to her morning. As per usual. Though she
Drinking
had
her grass tea.
yeah, and she's a little more chipper today. and she's not investigating that dagger as much. More or less, she would be still playing that aggressive game of hide and seek, but you'd also see her trying to like chant into the dagger, like random just spells, trying to get Rajin to pop out, and at that same time aggravating the Cobalt further. Just
So
kind of waiting on the party.
Soul has spent 2 days just tormenting this poor kobold.
So you said you were going to use it for 4 hours. It's been 2 days.
Hey,
just let him have it.
Hey, 4 hours in your time and 4 hours in my time are completely different when you spend a lot of time sleeping on the ground, okay?
Are these Namek days? Namek hours?
Remember, Soul's not good at math.
That's right. You forget to carry the 1 a lot.
Yeah. Key feature there. Can't do math things. 2 + 2 is 4.
Can I try to make a sleight of hand to grab it back?
Absolutely not.
Derek?
You can try taking it. Go for it.
This went so well before.
Oh.
What am I rolling against it?
I don't even know freaking what skills are on the thing. It'd be a dex of some kind.
Last time it was perception.
Yeah, you went against passive perception last time.
Oh. Well, was Soul watching Orden last time? Because I don't think so. That's why it was perception.
Yeah, Soul wasn't paying attention last time. Soul is actively playing and torturing and using this as her center of focus. I'm pretty certain I could roll for this one because I'm going to notice this big goofy dragonborn trying to come steal my shit. She's probably got this vendetta, or he's probably got this vendetta in his mind too. Like, how dare he still be tormenting this, just seeing her do it day in and day out.
You also make a sleight of hand. Do sleight of hand versus sleight of hand. Good luck.
So I matched her. I got an 18.
Roll off. Again.
I'm down.
Best 2 out of 3.
Okay. Now I got a modified 19.
Dang it.
Yep.
I just come over and I'm very obviously trying to grab it from you, and I imagine you just like, nope.
Soul would say the moment you stop trying is the moment, and then she's going to look for the kobold and be like, the moment I stop messing with it.
I haven't tried for 2 days and you haven't stopped.
You thought about it for 2 days.
I mean, was it that obvious?
Yeah, you just tried twice. God.
Fight.
I'm not gonna fight her.
No.
PvP.
PvP.
It's not going to happen.
2 must enter, 1 must leave. 2 will enter, 1 will leave.
Come on. You're going to live forever.
There can be only one. All right, back to the game.
While they're fighting, I want to sneak up behind them and replace it with a normal dagger.
Also make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Against both. Okay, you don't.
Oh, that's... How the heck does this thing always do that to me?
That was wonderful. Okay, let's stop picking on the dagger now. That's like, 3 failed attempts.
So Orden goes to try to take the dagger from Soul, and she goes, yeah. And as Soul is bringing her hand back, like yanking it back away from Orden, Larenthar tries sneaking up, and out of the corner of Soul's eyes, Soul sees Larenthar sneaking up.
And I've got a dagger in my hand.
With a dagger in his hand?
Soul is officially going to be hyper vigilant against the party now, thinking they're all out to get her because they don't see what fun is.
And one of them just snuck up on you with a dagger, and you don't know why.
No, it's because you guys are all the fun.
That's something that I think Ted Dahmer would say. But
you mean Jeffrey Dahmer?
whatever. I'm tired. I got COVID. So what the fuck do you want?
He's dying, Derek.
I'm dying.
Good. We all die sometime.
I'm gonna come and I'm gonna breathe all over you.
Can we die in Valaki getting this wedding dress, or at least go that
Nice
direction?
segue. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start heading out.
Okay. Fast forward to Valaki. Town of Valaki. Okay, and where it was Blinksy's. Okay, you are now outside the gates of Valaki, or within eyesight of the gates of Valaki, because I know some of you are wanted criminals.
Lanthar, can I borrow that hat?
Oh, I guess. I'll stick it and I'll like put it on the end of his snout.
I will like toss it. I will lean down and then try to toss it up onto my head without using my hands.
But dragons don't have like a normal head, so it's like
It lands on one of my horns.
And what do you turn into this time?
I turned into Larenthar's husband that we were disguising ourselves as before.
Oh, okay.
That's a deep cut
What?
right there.
What? Husband?
From when we were getting
Yeah.
the wedding dress.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta go talk to my wife, and it was Larenthar.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
That was the best part of that.
because I'm pretty.
Ah.
I mean, God.
You're so pretty.
Okay. So are you going straight to the dress shop? I assume, correct?
Well, isn't Iris going to the doll shop?
Yeah, Iris is probably gonna
Okay.
go to the doll shop and let y'all handle the dress, or at least go see if the dress is ready.
Is Sol going with Iris or with Larenthar and Orden?
Sol's gonna go with Iris, one because she's been paying attention to what she's been doing the last couple days with the whole, getting cursed thing, and the other two are like little wannabe thieves, and she doesn't want a part of that right now.
You don't want to go with the people that tried stealing your knife?
Correct.
Okay, we'll start off with Iris and Sol as they split apart.
That's
Iris,
a nat 20 to see if I can slip the dagger from Sol while we're walking.
no more. No, I'm not allowing.
I'm joking.
I'm not
I'm
allowing 3
joking.
tries.
I didn't really try. I'm joking.
Jesus. I'm just
Not
gonna
allowing
fireball the
3.
party and go home.
But you don't know how to get home.
Fucking carry the one.
So we're gonna start off. Does Iris know where Blinky's Toys is?
I'm gonna show her. I'll point in the direction.
Okay. It's down this way. Blinky's Toys is right here in the middle of town, pretty much right across from the inn. You get up to this toy shop, and it's kind of. I'll explain it again. This cramped shop has a dark entrance portico, above which hangs a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse, with a B engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are 2 arched, lead-framed windows. Through the dirty glass, you see jumbled displays of toys and hanging placards bearing the slogan, "Is no fun, is no Blinksy."
So it'd be like, oh wow, that's very creative.
Orden knew about well, I guess the rest of the party knew about Ragnar commissioning the doll, right?
I don't know, did he?
I believe he went to the church and told everybody because he was telling everybody that Isaac was having those dolls made.
I can't remember, so it's up to you.
Well, then you're probably not going to remember if you told Iris about this or not. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to approach asking this guy about a doll that looks like my brother.
No, remember we saw the doll. Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
I
we
don't have
saw
any
the doll.
suggestions.
I'm trying to figure out how to approach explaining it to him, so I was going to go the avenue of, hey, my brother had a doll commissioned here kind of thing, but I guess I'll
pretty
just
sure they don't come across a lot of dwarves here, bud.
I guess I'll just walk in and see if I see Blinksy.
Blinksy would turn around. He's standing at the desk counter, and he would turn around. Welcome to Blinksy's Toys. Is there anything in particular you're looking for today? A doll for a little girl, a little figure for a little boy, or are you looking for something more unique?
I'm actually looking to find out about a doll that you made and have already sold.
Has it been a recent toy that I've made? Because I am commissioned by many across Barovia to make toys for little children and little boys and girls.
Well, I think it's been at least a couple years, but from what I can tell, this doll's very unique.
Uh, okay, is it? Well, what would it look like? What would it look like? Do you know exactly who the patron was who commissioned this toy, this doll?
You do know the parents' names.
Was that in character?
Yes, he was asking you. Do you know
No, not
patron?
whoever cleared their throat.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, I thought it was Tyler fixing to say something. Dave and Helen was the names I was given for the parents. I don't think those were real names.
The kid didn't know his parents' names, so you wouldn't have known the names.
Well, the doll was made after somebody that I know, somebody that came into this land not too long ago. Showed up in this land after the doll was made, which is very strange. That's kind of why I'm looking to find out some information about it. It was made in the likeness of my brother.
Was he about your height? Kind of rugged, kind of has short temper at times.
Very little clothes.
Oh, that doesn't help any, but yeah, sure.
You have a lot of people running around this town in loincloths, do you?
No, yeah, that would ring a bell. The gentleman came by a couple weeks ago, I believe, and had a doll commissioned himself. But if the doll you said was in the likeness of him, and it was made a couple of years ago, and you don't even know who commissioned the doll, I don't really quite remember exactly making this doll. I do apologize.
Would it help at all if I told you it wasn't just in the likeness of him, it was in the likeness of an undead version of him, if you know what I'm talking about?
It was that kind of a unique commission. Yeah, that narrows it down a little bit, but 2 years is still quite a time. If you'd like, I could go through the records and try to figure out who commissioned this doll.
Can I check to see if he's like withholding information at all? Like if he's just stringing her around?
Yeah, do an insight check.
That's a modified 21.
You can tell that he's not holding anything back. He's trying to be as helpful as he can be with what knowledge has been given to him.
Okay, continue.
So he would go on to be like, it might take a little while. I do have other projects and commissions that I am working on currently. But if you give me a couple days, I might be able to help you out a little bit. Would you have any a family portrait with his depiction on it, with this picture, just so I can maybe have something to go by?
I don't, sad to say. Did the doll have like the tattoos and stuff that Ragnar had?
No, it wasn't an identical doll to Ragnar. It just had a likeness to Ragnar. So it'd be like hairstyle, that kind of a thing, but not tattoo wise.
Okay, I would kind of. Well, I guess I should ask this first. The kid said that they were from Valaki, right?
Correct.
I would kind of like tap my head and say, I do remember the child that had the doll told me that his family was from this town. I don't know how much trading you do outside of town, but maybe that'll narrow it down a little for you.
Duly noted. Now, regarding your brother, if this doll that you're asking about was in the likeness of him, wouldn't he be with? Shouldn't he be with you? What happened to him? If you're asking, if you're not willing to bring him here, if he's not, why isn't he here?
Let's just say that's why I'm looking into why the doll was made that way 2 years before he came to this place. It's seems to be almost a prediction of what would happen to him.
I, I do apologize. That's very, very, very sad. Would you Are you interested in picking up his commission? It is ready.
I paid for half of that, right?
I don't remember. So if since you think you paid for half, yes.
I would pick it up. I'll check my notes in the meantime and see.
And how much you still owe him?
I wouldn't want you to do work for him and then him not being able to pick it up. Since I'm here, I'll pick it up in his place. Maybe it'll mean something to me. And to be fair, I don't think Iris has any idea what she's getting herself into by buying this doll.
Blinksy would step into the back room of his shop and ruffle around a minute and come back with a doll that is tit for tat exact the splitting image of Irina. Like Iris would know, but the dolls that the party found in Isaac's room in the burgomaster's mansion or house here in Valaki had similarities, and each one was a little bit better over time. But this one is a perfect replica of Irina.
I think Iris is like very taken aback by this. Like she's extremely confused because I don't know that she knows much or anything about everything that happened with Isaac, and I'm sure Orden's told the story, but it probably doesn't translate well that these dolls were super close to Irina and all this. And don't know that she knows why her brother had one commissioned as well.
Like,
So
Mr. Blinksy would, as he's handing it to you, would say to you, there was a very unusual request made by your brother. You see, I have another customer that comes every week or so to pick up a doll just like this one. Over time, I've gotten closer and closer to what he was striving for. This one here, I believe, is my best one yet. I'm not sure what your brother wanted it for, but this hopefully would have been to his liking, would have made him happy.
I'm not entirely sure why he would have this commissioned either, but I can tell you, I can imagine what he was going for, or what you were supposed to be going for, and I think you've done right well at it. I think you've outdone yourself with this one.
Thank you, miss. That's that is a very nice, kind thing to say. I'm very happy that you are pleased with it.
Did you say that someone stops by weekly? Or did you say he was working on it?
Yeah, I don't think you were in the game yet, Tyler.
I'm taking notes because I don't recall this stuff.
Yeah. There was a character in Valaki who is the burgomaster's right hand man, basically bodyguard, and the party, or one night during a festival that the village was having, Isaac got gazed upon Irina, and just an overwhelming urge struck him, and he kidnapped her and took him back to the house, the burgomaster's mansion, where the party chased him into his room and just came upon a whole shelf upon shelf of dolls that looked exactly like Irina. Not exactly, like each one had similarities, but they all looked relatively like Irina. And
pretty much like that guy was going to be on an episode of Criminal Minds in like another 2 months.
Yes, but Isaac, they even interrogated him and got what he knew out of him. Isaac didn't know who Irina was. He just dreams about her every night and was wanting to know why, so he took her. But yeah, and then Ragnar came back to the store and had another doll commissioned for, I don't even remember why.
Ragnar did that before they chased Isaac. Ragnar did that one night when they were already creeped out by Isaac, and he followed.
You didn't know about the doll. You didn't know about the dolls until you chased him into his room.
He saw the dolls.
Ragnar saw.
That's right. You saw
the dolls
Isaac
up at the
at the toy shop. I forgot.
Because
you snuck into the shop in the back.
Derek, was it Derek that cast invisibility?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. But I'll figure out. I'll check the VOD because I have written down that I commissioned it, but didn't write down how much it would cost or anything. I'll figure all that out and deduct that from my hoard of treasure.
Go ahead, I trust you. Did you decide where you were going to meet the other two of the party before you split up, or are you just going, hey, we'll wing it?
I mean, I would imagine we'd head to the dress shop and see if it's done. I mean, I don't imagine this conversation took that long unless he made us wait while he went through the books. Did he say how long it'll take him? He thought he might take him
for a couple days. a couple days maybe.
I just imagine we'll
'Cause-
either meet them
'cause
at the dress
unless
shop
you
or
want-
meet them at
Unless
the.
you wanted to pay premium for him to try to speed it up, he has other projects that he's been commissioned to work on. So
No, I don't think it's that important. I think we would probably meet the rest of the party back at the dress shop, or probably assume that they'd go to the winery unless we heard some kind of trouble going on in town.
Can we just say we decided to meet up out of town so we can avoid missing each other?
sure, let's go with that.
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, go. Now we're gonna go to Larnthar and Ordenthek. You start heading towards the dress shop. It's probably it took a few hours to get here, so it's probably midday, noon, 1 o'clock, a little after lunchtime. And you come upon the dress shop.
Larenthar, are you coming in this time?
Oh, I guess so, dearie.
You stop that, and I'm gonna go inside.
I'm going to I'm going to walk in and have my hand around his shoulder.
Is she at the front?
I'm trying to figure out. There she is. What was her name? Trying to remember her name. I know she was the Baroness, but okay, Lydia Petrovna. There we go. Okay, yeah, Lydia would be standing behind, probably working on another dress that she has been commissioned to make. She would hear the door open and turn around and greet you. Well, welcome. I seem to have forgotten your name. How are you doing today? And she would look at Laurenthar. Oh, that's interesting. Well, how are you two doing today?
I'm just wonderful.
We're here to pick up our dress that we commissioned.
Ah, yes. I just finished it yesterday. It was great timing. In fact, she would step into the back, bring it out. It's pretty much exactly what you paid for. It's not the best dress ever made, but it's definitely will serve its purpose as a wedding dress. Here it is. What do you think?
Oh, it's beautiful! And I'll just look to Larenthar to see what he has to say about it.
I'll just sit there and
on a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably a 7.
That's pretty good for what we paid.
I'll just sit there and be like, oh, I thought it was going to be more with jewels on it and stuff.
I'm gonna elbow Larenthar.
Ugh.
I did ask if you wanted all of the glitz and glam, but you only paid for so much.
We know.
I did put a little bit extra into it just because I know how a wedding is always a special day.
And
I'll always remember my wedding.
Oh, how's your husband?
What? That caught me off guard. Didn't your... Are you, Orden, are you disguised as a man or a woman?
I'm a man.
Oh, that's what I thought. A gay Barovian couple? Got it.
Larenthar could be a woman.
I'm
He's got long hair.
Elven, so I look like kind of
You're fair skinned.
Look like teenage, like sort of man boys anyway.
Well, I assumed your fiance here told you that he was brutally murdered a couple weeks ago, but
Oh, that's horrible.
apparently not.
Oh, he never tells me anything. You know how men are.
Yes. I agree. And she would have a tear in her eye.
Anyway, and I'm gonna just like try to grab the money from Larenthar's hands. I'm gonna be like, okay, we better pay for that wedding dress so we can get out of here.
Okay. Here. Such a hurry.
I know it was a half now, half later payment. Nathan, do you also remember how much was supposed to be paid for the dress?
It's 150. I remember that
Okay then.
because I keep track of this stuff. Unlike Nathan.
Well, to be fair, I'm on another character, so I may have just thrown those notes away when the character died. No,
Well,
it was 300 gold for the full dress, and we paid half already.
Okay, so Larenthar deduct
I
another
do remember
150
that.
gold.
Okay.
And
And
she would hand you the dress. I hope that this fulfills all your needs and have a very, very happy life together.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be very happy. Thank you. And I will just pull Larenthar out of the room before he says something else dumb.
What? You brute! I'm gonna cringe.
That's a
I'm gonna
strong
cringe.
man.
He's gonna hit me. Oh, you brute! Oh, no, not again.
And she ignores it.
I immediately
problem.
remove my hands once we get out of the wedding dress shop, so no one will look at us funny.
Let's hop in the cart.
We didn't bring the cart. Wait, no, we did, didn't we? I forgot we took care of the bodies already.
Yeah, they're like, they're shoved in the freezer, I think.
Larenthar, that was a little mean.
What? That was mean.
To ask her about her husband?
Oh. Is she okay?
No?
Oh. I guess
killed him.
Oh my god. Did I do that? Whoops. Well, he's a jerk anyway. Let's go.
I'll hop in the carts and go with you.
Anyway.
On your way back to your meeting place, you would run into Sol and Iris coming in the same direction from the toy shop, so you can meet up together.
I'm gonna pull the wedding dress out of the back and be like, look what we got!
Keep that
It'll
in
never
whatever
fit you.
protective covering it came in, dearie. We don't want to get it messed up before we get it there where it's going.
Don't worry, I'm guarding it.
Fire-breathing dragon.
Is it a white dress? Is it gonna get all sooty? She breathes on it?
I am breathing in the opposite direction.
I was thinking about the big, large talons grasping the dress, holding it up.
He's got gauntlets on, it's fine.
Well, let's go.
Do we make it out of town safely, Derek?
Oh, yeah.
Once we're out of town, like a little ways away, I'll reach in my bag and pull out this Irina doll. Like, I imagine I'm sitting by Orden, and I'll pull this Irina doll out and show it to him. And I think you mentioned that my brother had something commissioned at this toy shop as well. This is what I paid for and what they gave me. Do you have any idea why he would have a doll made of that girl y'all are trying to protect?
Orden's just cringing, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty weird. There was someone we were following named Isaac. He had a whole bunch of them, but I don't know why Ragnar would ask for one of them. Maybe it was for Larenthar. He kept a few of them. Maybe it was for Derek. Derek liked, Derek had a crush on Irina.
By chance, did Ragnar potentially find out about this guy before y'all knew what was going on? Did he have any suspicions beforehand?
I seem to remember, Derek, was I awake for that, or did I pass out?
For what?
For when Ragnar was tailing Isaac?
I don't remember.
Me neither. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, yeah.
You should have been awake for it. It's not like it wasn't in the middle of battle or anything.
I don't know, man. Weird things just happened, but I'll.
I mean, if you wouldn't remember, just play it that way.
He did follow Isaac. I don't remember what he said about what he found out. It kind of became irrelevant after he kidnapped Irina.
My brother kidnapped someone?
No. Isaac kidnapped Irina.
Okay, that's...
No, your brother didn't do anything wrong in the whole time that I knew him.
That's good to know. It kind of freaked me out with having the doll and then saying that he kidnapped someone.
I don't know. He never let on that he liked Irina. Maybe he did. Irina's very pretty. You've seen her.
My brother doesn't really go for the taller girls.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Hey, Larenthar, there's another doll if you want to add it to your collection.
I don't believe I said I'd be giving it up. I mean, it is me brother's, and as long as it's not for anything untoward, I think I should ought to give it back to him if we can fix him.
And we will.
I just have this is off topic. Is there a way to undo something on Roll20? Like if I deleted something I didn't want to delete?
You'll have to ask Kevin.
Like your character?
Oh, I'll just describe it instead.
I have no idea. I mean, I can try to Google it.
No, just carry on.
In the middle of a stream?
No, carry on. You're fine.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that between the three of you guys could start role playing a little bit. Because that's the extent of what Iris would say about the doll thing. So,
Oh man, I don't know why all these guys want to have little dolls of one woman. It seems a little weird to me.
Well, Isaac was pretty weird. You remember his arm, right?
Oh yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is. Yeah. One huge arm, he was deformed or something.
Do you think that he's a better person now that he's working for Father Lucian?
I doubt it. But we could go talk to him if you want.
No, let's
While
not.
We're here.
How about we just focus on getting the bodies and going to see the abbot? Because I don't think anything good's going to come out of talking to Isaac.
I don't think anything's gonna good come from talking to the guy at the Kresk either, but
Well,
okay.
we'll get Derek and Ragnar back. That's plenty good.
Are the dead bodies in your cart, or are they still back at the winery?
They're back at the winery. Derek, if we went back to the winery, could we possibly get to Kresk before nightfall?
What's the command button? I don't know. I'll just describe it. Say what?
I said, if we go back to the winery, could we get to Kresk before nightfall?
No, because by the time you get to the winery, well, you could get there in nightfall, but not before nightfall.
Yeah. Do you guys? It probably wouldn't be a good idea to stay in that creepy, the sanatorium or wherever the abbot lives, right? So you only got a brief look at it, but it didn't look very friendly.
Not entirely sure that he would let us stay in there anyways. He was very against letting us in there in the first place.
Yeah, but once we come in with this dress, we're gonna be his favorite people in Barovia.
I love your optimism, dearie, but you know, we've had this conversation before. It doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah, maybe we should spend the night at the winery and then get going in the morning.
We gave ourselves just 2 extra days, didn't we? Should
Yeah,
be
you're
okay.
right.
It's not like there's some cosmic person running our lives that could put stuff in front of us that would interfere with us getting there.
And that's just paranoid.
Like there's no chance that someone's drawing up a map on some computer program right now to put in front of us.
What's a computer?
Exactly.
It's like as you're leaving Valaki and you start heading west back towards the winery, you would see like a fog, a misty, like a cloud just flying over Valaki towards the east, like just going straight overhead. It's moving faster than most clouds would be.
Have we seen this cloud before?
You can make a perception check. It's a cloud. It looks just like a cloud.
I mean, is this cloud
Like-
a person
Like
we might know?
The sky gets a little bit darker as the cloud passes overhead, like a storm cloud, and you can just feel like there's some kind of anger coming from the cloud.
Derek, Ray is trying to ask you if this cloud sucks.
Well, I rolled a 1, so I wouldn't know.
You'll find that out soon enough.
You said perception?
Yeah.
19.
It's a very angry crowd, and it's not an actual cloud.
So I'd just be like, oh, hi, that's a cloud. I don't even know what emotion it's emitting.
Like, I don't think Iris has seen or met Cloud Strahd before, so
I
no.
mean, did he turn into a cloud at Yesterhill? I was at Yesterhill.
No, he turned into
No.
a bat.
Okay.
Well, he didn't even do that because he ran away with Orden on his back.
No, he turned into a bat the first time.
When he showed up on the hill, he flew in
okay.
somehow.
Yeah, he flew in as a bat, yeah.
Okay.
And then he Homer Simpsons into the wood.
And you said it's heading towards where?
It's heading towards the east. So, towards Barovia / Castle Ravenloft.
Coming from what
The
general?
west.
What's west?
Everything else. There's the Van Richten's Tower, there's Kresk, there's the winery, there's technically Argynvostholt, there's the Werewolf Den.
Is there any way to determine, wonder if it was coming from one of those specific places? Like a good idea? I mean,
It's
I know
just
we can't do it
it's flying over
specifically.
the road. It's flying over. It's coming from the west.
Okay. And is this the next day after we've rested, or is this on the way back to the winery?
This is on the way back to the winery. It's like probably 1 or 2 right now, and by the time you get back to the winery, it'd be 6-ish.
I know you don't want to travel at night, but it might be worth. I don't want to try to stay at the sanitarium either, but that worries me a little bit. That wasn't just a regular cloud. And it's coming from the west, which could mean that it could have been coming from where we're going. I need a rest as far as recovering some strength back. But
You've already done that.
oh yeah, well never mind. I don't need a rest then. Scratch
So
that.
you spent 2 days. You spent 2 days doing that.
We might
Do you need a third?
I might after everything we're being put through. It might be worth considering maybe continue grabbing the bodies and continuing on. Just if we rest, things could become more difficult. I'm not saying we don't, because it's dangerous to travel at night and we may not have a place to stay. I'm just saying we need to keep that in mind.
It's like you also would know, like it's not necessarily coming from Krez. It could be coming from the winery or some other place.
Are you saying
you don't know where it's coming from?
You want to follow that cloud?
No, I'm just saying it's coming from the direction that we're going.
No, you're right.
Who knows what could have happened?
Larenthar, Soul, you okay turning around? We've got 2 days. We could probably investigate whatever's going on.
Why are we turning around, dearie? I'm talking about getting to where we need to go faster.
Oh, you don't want to chase after that cloud?
Absolutely not. That's definitely not a good idea.
Soul's in agreement with Iris on this one. We should press on that way from where the shadow came instead of following the shadow. Seeing Soul's got some ideas in the back of her head about getting bit a while ago by some freaky thing. There's a lot of freaky things, so she's going to stick with Iris on this one.
Orange is going to return his sword to his sheath and be like, yeah, I mean, if you guys think it's smart, you come up with some good plans so far. I'm fine going where you guys think is good.
We also don't have that much time to take care of what we put all this time into taking care of.
No, you're right. You're right.
So, do we want to skip sleeping at the winery tonight, or do we want to still do that, knowing that well, I guess we need to just get to the winery first, and then we can decide.
Make an intelligence check. Since this conversation is, and any of you can make intelligence checks.
That's a 9.
Not Orden.
I could have told you that.
15.
That's a modified 14.
Does it cross anybody's mind that it could also possibly be coming from the winery?
I mean, that's why I was thinking maybe we should go look.
It's like you can. I'm not saying you not to go straight to Krez. If you decide to do that, you can do that. But you would also know your ultimate goal is to keep Irina safe.
Yes, but we need to go to the winery anyway to get the bodies and maybe check on her.
Oh, true. Yeah, you have to go to the winery anyway.
Yeah, that's why Iris said that, or that's why I said we'll decide if we're going to sleep there after the winery, because when we see the winery, we'll know whether something's happening there or not, and we can decide what's going on.
I keep forgetting you're not dragging rotting corpses in your cart with you.
Oh, maybe we can put the hat of disguise on them.
Nice.
Have a weekend at Bernie's.
We'd have to have the hat on both of them at the same time.
Okay, so to the winery, so are you gonna? You can decide on the way there. Are you gonna rest at the winery, or travel and get there get to Krez as quickly as possible?
We're gonna decide when we find out what you've done to the winery, Derek.
Given the winery is okay.
Given the winery's okay, I'd be okay just going straight over because now I'm a little rattled.
To the winery.
And we're so close to getting it. I don't want you to take it away, Derek.
Death.
Strahd decided to leave Irina and just take the 2 bodies.
He decided he liked Marc better.
I said that we should disguise somebody as Irina with that hat of disguise. I said it.
We don't know what he's done yet.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that was a viable option.
Well, if you took her, game's over. So there you go.
While
We-
while Derek is preparing that, I will say he asked me a question about Ragnar yesterday about his HP. His question was, quote, "What was Ragnar's HP when he died?" And
I imagine 0.
exactly. See,
I fucking hate all of you.
You gotta be more specific.
I'm not the only one.
Nathan knew what I wanted to know. Bastard. All right, you get back to the winery. It's probably around 4 or 5 p.m. right now. So yeah,
Is anyone around?
not on the ground floor. You'd have to go upstairs. Like you come to the winery. You shuffle around, try to see if anybody's on the ground floor to see if everybody's okay, and no, there you don't hear anything on the ground floor. Going upstairs, you'd hear shuffling upstairs, but there's no signs in the winery on the ground floor that there were any struggling. Repeat. But all of the doors in like all of these doors to bedrooms are closed. They are not open.
I'm gonna go upstairs with Iris.
What does Sol and Laurenthar do? Do they just sit there?
I guess I'll
sorry, I
go
was sneezing until I almost died. So
Try
I
harder.
didn't hear a damn thing last like 3 minutes.
At least
Try
it wasn't
harder.
me this time.
Oops, not that.
We're at the winery and nobody's on the ground floor.
Any signs of other people?
No, there's no signs of struggle. There's no signs of a conflict here. It's just there's nobody home, nobody on the ground floor. Like you would expect the family to be rustling about making or starting in producing the grape smash and red dragon's ale, that kind of stuff. But they are not on the ground floor. They are not working.
All right, Soul would stay at the base of the stairwell and then listen for call-outs from Iris and Orden as
Those
they
are
went upstairs.
ravens. The same ravens that were there before.
Are they doing anything?
Are they still there?
No, they're still there. They're
Okay.
watching you.
Where's the... How do you get out of this hallway?
Well, we need to find the people who live here,
Door.
so
Take the
I would
stairs.
just
Okay.
room by room, and I'm gonna cover your exit. That would be what Soul would say, because Larenthar is probably gonna watch outside or something rather.
And just not be with the party as usual. Got it.
So
I'll
Good
put
plan.
a hand on
Iris-
Soul's shoulder and say, "You be careful, okay?"
Iris is gonna like walk down the hallway, calling out Damien's name, trying to see if he responds.
Davian would hear, or you would hear rustling coming from the master bedroom and like dining area there. Davian would poke his head out and be like, "Is that you, Iris?" Thank goodness. And that he would call out to everybody inside. Our friends are back. It's Iris and Orden. Thank goodness you're safe. And then he would come out and is Marc, Irina, and then the rest of the family would be there. We've been. I had everybody hunker in the dining room until we knew it was safe. We heard like what seemed like explosions coming from the north, and I just wanted everybody to be prepared for the worst. I didn't know if anything was going to come this way.
The north. You mean Kresk?
And he would nod his head, yes.
Derek,
I'm just
you
gonna
suck.
look at Earth. Do you think
We're not staying here. Are you all safe?
Yes, we're safe. It seemed that uh, what seemed like an evil cloud was traveling
Yeah, we saw
back
it. I'm
towards
not.
the east from the west.
I saw it. Not to be rude, but the two of you need to come help us load these bodies up really quick. We've got to get going.
Irina, maybe you should come with us. Marc, you can come too.
And Iris is gonna go ahead and start down the stairs already.
Okay. And if you want Irina and Ismark to come, they would come.
I've still got the hat of disguise. I'll put it on Irina. And I'll say, you know what to do with that, right?
Yes, I've worn this before. What do you want me to look like this time?
Just try to look non-conspicuous. Like, don't look like an old lady, but don't look too young. And don't look too out of place.
Okay.
Maybe
And
try to
go ahead.
maybe try to look like Damien's wife.
Okay. And she'd turn it in the disguise herself as. Well, does the head of disguise work indefinitely? I thought it was only
Yeah, I think so.
a couple minutes at a time, because you can only use disguise self you can use it at will.
I think it's for
It
an hour.
lasts an hour. It lasts an hour at a time, so she'd have to cast it every hour. And Tyler's on a phone call, so you won't have Soul for a little bit.
We saw that cloud go overhead, and we just kind of assumed the worst about you all. I'm so glad you're safe.
And the family, the couple of the sons would help you load up the cart with Ragnar and Derek's bodies.
Yeah, Iris is not does not care. She's being gentle with the bodies, but she doesn't. She's not. If no one shows up to help her right away, she's trying to load these bodies up by herself until someone comes and helps her. She's in an extreme hurry.
They would hustle with you.
Lanthar's in the outhouse.
I think probably the only people that Iris might wait on before she starts the cart in that direction would be Orden and Irina. Once they're there and in the cart, she's going.
I'll hop into the cart and I'll be like, do you think he showed him the bride? That's the only reason I can think of why something like that would happen.
I sincerely hope not, since we tried to convince him so much not to do it. But regardless, I've got a bad feeling about what's happened there. I think we need to get there now.
Right.
See if we can't at least succeed in all the things that we've put all this work into.
If you want to, I can use my summons, my horse, and I can send you ahead with Ragnar if you'd like.
No, because we have to have the dress.
Marc would be like, maybe. Well, can your fine steed go with somebody else? Doesn't it have to be a certain distance from you?
Hold on, I'm checking.
I think it can only be like a mile or so.
No, a mile is. I can communicate with it telepathically as long as it's a mile.
And it takes 10 minutes to cast the damn thing spell. So good luck waiting 10 minutes.
I'm gonna be in the back of the cart and I can cast a spell. It doesn't seem to say anything about how far it can be away from me, so I guess it's fine.
I think it serves you as a mount, both in combat and out. And you haven't.
Either way, Iris is not going to be comfortable taking Ragnar and the dress on a horse.
Oh yeah, you'd have to take
it's not going to do any good to take Ragnar there and get there 2 hours before everybody else and then just sit there.
But yeah, you go all pack up and hurry your asses over to Kresk. Delete everybody and then bring everybody to Kresk. Oh shit, you're already there. 2, 3, 4. And then you can talk while I find the people that I need.
I don't think any of us are in the mood to talk right now in character is the thing.
Yay!
So,
Schultz just bugged out. We wanted to take extra baggage.
about that airplane food.
Hey guys, I have to go.
Oh, do you really?
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh.
I told you to do that before we left.
It wasn't. Somebody pulled me out.
I thought you were serious.
Me too!
That
He
was
actually got me with that one.
He's
that
like,
was
I'm prairie dogging right now, guys.
a methane explosion pushed you out.
Oh my god.
It's like you arrive at the bottom of the hill to Kresk, and you would see the gate is utterly destroyed. It has been blown to pieces, and you can see just smoke and fire rising from inside of the village.
How steep is the road that we're on? Like, do the horses have to go slow on this switchback thing?
Each transition from where the triangles are is 100 feet in elevation, and each square is 50 feet. So every 100 feet, the first 100 feet is a 100-foot in elevation climb, and then
So
from there to there is another 100.
would it be faster for Iris to run towards the city than it would for these horses to try to make their way up this hill? It's basically what I'm asking.
I don't know how running on elevation is working. I live in Florida, dude. I don't know hills.
Ray, you live in the mountains.
I don't take horses, though.
An incline is an incline. It doesn't matter if you're a human, horse, frog, cat, snake. It's strenuous. So I would assume
Yeah, but the
especially at
horse,
an incline like that, going up a foot of elevation for every foot traveled. So that's steep.
That's why the road is pretty much going horizontally.
Yeah, there's no way you're gonna run straight up there.
She just runs straight up and then, like, slides backwards like she's sliding on the soap.
no, I
The
mean, I
not
would,
road could, because the road can do climbing acrobatic shit, but
if Iris runs, she would definitely follow the road. She's just wondering if it, like, if
a
this,
horse can move this faster than you can.
Derek, this horse is pulling a cart with what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people plus 2
Six.
dead bodies, 6
6
people,
plus 2 dead bodies.
2 dead bodies, a kobold, and whatever the heck else we decided to put in the wagon. That's what I'm trying to find out. If this wagon is slowing them down and someone's gonna have to kind of
Okay.
baby it, then Iris would be
You're
kind
gonna
of
run
like,
up
hey,
ahead.
I want to be in here faster. I mean, she would follow the
Okay.
road obviously because she can't make it up that hill.
Okay. Iris goes quicker.
You gave me the wrong token.
I worked so hard on
What
that
do you
other
mean the
token.
wrong token?
I gave him the new one.
Oh, he had a new token?
Get that ugly old Iris out of the way.
Oh, that's the one that was there previously, so I didn't add another token, so there. That's why it was that old one.
I'm using
Is Tyler
Ray's
back?
great artwork.
No.
Yeah, I've been back. Unless you
okay.
guys haven't been hearing me. I literally talked about how
Yeah,
ridiculous.
frog.
We heard the
It is.
frogs and snakes and rabbits.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I will look to Soul, and then I will just like nod towards the side and jump off.
She would nod back and stay in the wagon.
Okay, cool. I'm running
Yeah,
after
you're-
Iris.
Okay. You get up to the gate, Iris, and you would see, like I said before, the gate is blown open, and the city, every building inside is on fire, and in just utter shambles. There are dead bodies of guards and the villagers of Krez, uh, thrown throughout the town, in the streets. It's been a massacre.
So, Orden probably thinks this is strange for Iris, but Iris is not giving two flying craps about the destruction that's everywhere right now. She's running for the Abbey.
No, he's gonna notice that, and he just yells out after you, "Get the bodies up there! I'll take care of everything down here." And he's gonna go and check on some of these people and make sure they're still breathing.
He doesn't have, Iris doesn't have the bodies.
Yeah, but
The
she's
bodies are in
going.
the cart.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna go and take the bodies up there.
Okay. You're telling Iris to go without him.
I'm going to check on see if the abbot's still up there and hope that Sol and Larenthar, or at least one of them, brings the bodies up there.
Well, Sol's not that strong, but she would be definitely leading the horses in the wagon.
Then we'll start with Sol, or just Iris over here then.
I was gonna say, you do have a cart, Tyler. You don't have to literally carry the bodies.
Oh, she's not gonna break a nail. That's for damn sure.
All right. You get up to the Abbey. You hightail it straight there up to the Abbey, and just like the village below, the gate to the little wooden gate to the Abbey is destroyed. And you would, since I was asking for an undo button, I deleted almost every single token in this place. You would see bodies of a couple of the mongrel folk lying in the courtyard, but you don't see signs of the abbot on the outside.
I don't think that Iris even really notices much. Like she takes note of it, but no one's ever seen her run this steady and this long before. Like she's starting to see like writing on the ground and stuff like that, and weird faces carved into the dirt, and she's just sprinting like Gimli in Lord of the Rings, running and just looking for the first entrance she can find and running to it. Passing up the two evil faces that are carved into the stone on the ground and everything.
God damn. Those represent the dead mongrel.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Token. You said there was no
okay with that.
I was like, I'm gonna make
I'm okay with that.
I wasn't looking, and then he described writing on the ground. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Neither was I.
And the whole time I'm describing it, it's literally Tyler's literally drawing it, so it's just appearing there. Y'all missed this, just the cinematic.
Okay. So as you enter the Abbey, did you want me to technically describe the Abbey to you as you were walking in, or are you just running, just not even looking at anything?
I mean, I'm looking for the abbot, so basically, like, if I don't see him in the courtyard, I would probably slow down once I got in the doorway of the Abbey, because I have no idea where I'm going past that.
Those two tokens right there that you see there, those are two tokens I did not forget to these tokens I did not forget to delete. But you enter the
tokens.
The front of the Abbey there. This is the Abbey Courtyard. The thick fog that fills this courtyard swirls as if eager to escape. The courtyard is surrounded by a 15-foot high curtain wall on which stand used to stand several guards, but they're dead now. With their or so it seemed at first. It's clear now. Never mind. Wooden doors to the north and east lead to the abbey's two wings. In the center of the courtyard is a stone well fitted with an iron winch, to which a rope and a bucket are attached. Along the perimeter, tucked under the overhanging wall, are several stone sheds with padlocked wooden doors, as well as 3 shallow alcoves that contain wooden troughs. Each of the sheds are crumbled and broken to the ground. There are 2 wooden posts pounded into the rocky earth that have iron rings bolted to them, and chained to one of them is a now dead short humanoid with bat wings and spider mandibles. So it's one of the mongrel folk. The quiet is shattered by what would have been horrible screams coming from the sheds, but they're now quiet since everybody is dead in this portion. But over in like this general area where this little post is right here is the one dead mongrel folk, along with other dead mongrel folks under the sheds.
I know I'm not there, but how are they dead? Like, how did they die?
They've either been stabbed or some sort of magic has killed them in many various ways. There has been fighting going on here.
Iris is very much like what's the word I'm looking for? She's
and then
very
the doors, like the door here and the door to the north, are broken open. They're not closed.
She's very much like cold to everything that's going on. Like she's looking for that telltale sign of the abbot, and if she doesn't see it in this courtyard, she'll rush to this building here. And
okay, so you're not going this way. I'm gonna cover this back up.
Unless the abbot's over there, Derek. If you want to tell me he's over there, I'll go to the other one and make it quicker.
Well, your first instinct is to go this way. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Area 13. This is the main hall. Gentle. Oh, no. The ground floor is one large 50-foot square room with arched, leaded glass windows. A cauldron sits on an iron rack above a fire and a hearth, while above the fireplace mantel hangs a golden disc engraved with the symbol of the sun. In one corner, a wooden staircase climbs to the upper level, while in another corner, a stone staircase descends into darkness. Several chairs surround a wooden table that stretches nearly the length of the room. Wooden dishware and gold candelabras are neatly arranged on the table, standing behind which, but never mind. There's nothing standing behind it. Boom. So yes, this is the main hall where the abbot would be.
But I don't see him.
No, but you see 2 dead mongrel folk.
Are these stairs? Whoops. Do these stairs go up?
Yeah, those are the wooden staircase that goes up.
I'm going up.
Okay. You're going to another map, which I will get to bring you to in a second. And then bring everybody to the map.
Also, while you're doing that, shout out to Jarl of Goats, who is now hosting the channel.
Awesome.
He's given us a lot of helpful shout outs, brought us several viewers, and not only that are we very thankful for, but him and his group are freaking hilarious. Like, all the streams I've tuned in on his channel have been hilarious. Whether he's playing Fallout or D&D or playing in his Project Zomboid server that he's got going, which is super fun if none of you have played that. And then through him, I followed a bunch of his other players through his D&D stuff, and they're all freaking funny as hell too. So check him out.
The wooden stairs climb 20 feet to a loft with a pitched roof and a door in the center of the south wall. Unlit lanterns hang from the rafters, and a rope dangles from a bronze bell lodged in the belfry 30 feet overhead. The room is filled with the sound of beautiful music. No. A melody so enchanting that it adds a bitch of much needed warmth to the otherwise freezing room. A black shroud covers a humanoid shape lying on a wooden table. There's a cot heaped with furs resting in the northeast corner, surrounded by empty wine bottles. An oil lamp burns atop a table nearby, silhouetting a squat creature that has two heads. It is sitting head with both of its heads like hanging down on the edge of the cot with a vial between its legs. This creature has a crustacean claw-like appendage, and it's grasping the neck of an instrument while running a bow gently while what looked like it would have been running a bow across the strings as it was brutally murdered. It was playing an instrument, but you're still eerily hearing the music that he was playing.
It's dead as well.
Yes.
Good God. Iris is slow. Like, this stuff's starting to slowly dawn on Iris, and pretty sure that she may be scarred for life after this. She's gonna make her way to the middle of the room so that she can look around.
Okay.
And also ask what this is.
That is the bell, the rope that leads up to the bell tower.
I'm gonna grab it and start ringing this bell.
You start ringing a bell. Good for you.
Maybe seeing if it gets anyone else's attention.
Sol would hear the bell, and
The rest of the party would hear the bell.
yeah, Sol would start hurrying up that way with the wagon in tow, seeing the bell has been rung. Gondor is calling for aid.
The beacons are lit.
Calls for aid. And Rohan wants.
Yeah, we just got to paint one of Larenthar's arrows red. Fit the lore.
Okay. What does Iris do?
Do I see any doors like this one here?
Yeah, that's a door. Yeah, I talked about the door in the description of the room.
I'm going to the door
and opening said door. Yeah, 18.
Oh, good God.
Every one of these little things standing there are scarecrows. Scarecrows line the abbey walls, looking outward. They wear tattered chain shirts and carry spears with rusty heads. The courtyard below is blanketed with fog. Other than that, there is nothing in this room.